Hey guys, this is Velvet Art Studio coming to you with a video called Doodling Your Way to Success. And today I want to focus more on why you should be doodling along with your drawing and painting practices. And I recently got inspired by a video from Stefan Baumann called Doodle Your Way to Being a Great Artist, and I actually took some of the tips and advice from that video and apply it to my own work, and I saw the importance of it. And now I'm gonna link the video in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. But essentially what he is saying is that vocabularies and our expectations for our own artwork can sometimes be a hinder to our progress, because when we are drawing, we expect it to be such great masterpieces that we think it should be, because we watch stuff on YouTube, we see other people drawing as greatly, and we are just kind of stuck starting out and with our own skills and where we're at. But with doodling, you can just draw whatever you want, and I'm gonna post a video of me doodling, and essentially it's very, very bad drawing. But what Stefan is saying is that when we doodle, we let go of our expectations and we just let things be. And I think as an artist progressing, you sometimes just need to let things be. You're putting in the hours of work that you're supposed to, you're listening to your art teachers, you're listening to your critique, you're reading the books, you're applying the technique, and sometimes you're just not gonna see any progress. And that's okay, because you just gotta let things be, and eventually the days and hours of work that you put in to your art, it will show up instantaneously. Sometimes it will take a while and then it'll show up, and sometimes it's right away. Sometimes you look back and you're like, I didn't improve at all this month, but then 12 months later you look back and you're like, oh, I actually did get better. And so I think with doodling, it helps let your mind be free, that you're free to make mistakes, you're free to draw whatever you want, you're free to mess up the perspective, the proportion, the anatomy, and then when it's time to do a drawing that looks good, you'll carry with you that sense of freedom and that willingness to let things be. And so it kind of helps make your art less stifled and more expressive, because more of you is coming out of the it's more coming out of the paper, essentially. And so doodling will it just helps you get started. And most importantly, for art, that's the hardest thing to do. Like, my New Year's resolution is to do more videos, and this is the first one, so this is my version of video doodling, you know? There's no edits, no cuts, no color correction. Eventually I will get to do those things, but for now, it's just the habit, getting myself into the habit of making videos every day. And same thing with doodling. Doodle, doodle, doodle. And you hear people say draw, draw, draw all the time. And while drawing can be very exhausting because you're thinking of a lot of things that's going on, like, is my perspective correct? Is my shading correct? Oh, this looks nothing like the way Kim Jong-gi does it, so it's totally bad. Doodling can just get you started and keep going, and keep going. And you know, that's the most important thing when you're starting out with art. And I'm gonna play a portion of me doodling, and you can see how bad it is. And hopefully that'll inspire you to doodle even worse or even better. You know, it's just about getting started. As you can see, that's just some doodles I did earlier, and this video is actually filmed upside down and then I had to flip it, so I'm actually drawing with my right hand at the moment. And with doodling, you just want to draw and imagine that you are back in kindergarten or elementary school, that you're just drawing just for the sake of drawing. Maybe it's fun, maybe you just think it's really cool, but you just want to draw as if there's no proportion, no anatomy, no shading, no color. There might be some color, but you didn't think that hardcore about color theory, like contrasting color, what colors go well together, what colors don't, what color accentuate each other, complementary, all of that stuff. You just don't want to think about that stuff. Just imagine you didn't know anything about it and just keep drawing. Sometimes the drawings don't make any sense at all. That's okay. If you're having stuck trying to figure out what to doodle, I suggest just doing lines. Literally just draw lines on top of lines, on top of lines, on top of lines. And eventually you'll just get into the flow of it and just doodling for a bit. And it doesn't have to be good, doesn't have to be bad, it is what it is. And, I think it also helps you practice drawing from your imagination, which is a skill that's, I guess, a lot of people admire it, especially what I've seen online. Like, there's a whole attitude online that unless you're drawing it from your imagination without references, you're basically a hack or you don't know how to draw, which is really inaccurate to say, because every single comic book artist has to use references. Every single painter have had to use a reference. And especially if you're going to an art school where you're drawing and painting every single day, technically the models that you're painting or drawing, they're the reference. If you're doing a still life, the objects are a reference to itself. And so, doodling can help you get over that fear of, oh, I'm not really good at drawing. No one's really good at drawing. Even the people that looks like they're good at drawing, they'll just tell you they're not good at drawing. I haven't met a single person that says they're good at drawing and is actually good at drawing, which is kind of weird, but it's just how people choose to approach their craft. And just start doodling. And I think starting out as a beginner, the hardest thing is probably getting started. And I'm by no means expert. I'm probably just as lost and, well, I might be lost, but I'm not as lost as I was a year ago. So how about that? And so, no portion, no anatomy, just doodling stuff. And I think what I got out of it was that I just felt free to draw without worrying about perspective, anatomy, all that hubba, all that junk, that it'll make your drawing better. But I think there's a time and place for strict rule drawing versus just drawing for the fun of it. And that was my biggest challenge when I came to art school, because everyone has been drawing so much ever since they were a kid. They're really, really, really good at painting and drawing. And so I pretty much had to make up for it just through hard work and putting in a lot of hours. And the bad side of that is that I didn't have any fun at all. My first 2 or 3 years of being in art school, I did not have any fun at all. And my attitude was that I don't care about having fun. I just want to get good enough to get hired by the big top companies, And it wasn't until my school got disbanded that I had to find just a weekly art class that I can go so that it keeps me accountable and keeps me drawing and painting. I took a watercolor class from Anne Brecken, and she's a terrific watercolor teacher. And the thing that I learned the most that shocked me about that class was that you can have fun doing watercolor. Like, that was such a big revelation for me, because beforehand everything was just drudgery. Like, no, we're doing this. There's no ins or out, no having fun. I don't care about having fun. But being in her class, it taught me that, oh, you can have fun. And it was like, for the first time in my whole academic art career, that I actually had fun painting. I'm like, holy crap, is this what it feels like? And so I think it's important to keep that feeling, because if you're going to be a professional artist for the rest of your life, you got to find a way to make it fun. Otherwise, yeah, you might have a career painting and drawing, but if you're having a career where you're painting and drawing and you're suffering your whole life, I don't see how that's different from getting a job you hate. And so, look at what I'm drawing right now. Originally, that was supposed to be a train, but I didn't know how trains looked in the front, so I just drew something that looked like a pig. So yeah, just get out there, draw a bunch, draw some more, and, be less hard on yourself, be more easy on yourself, I guess. And, you will make progress. Signing out.